If you're over 60 and your legs feel weaker than they used to, it usually shows up in small moments first. Standing up from the couch takes more effort. The stairs feel heavier. A grocery bag makes you switch hands halfway to the car. And when that happens, most people hear the same advice. Drink a protein shake. Buy better powder. Get more protein. And yes, protein matters. But after 60, the issue is not always that you need a more expensive supplement. Sometimes your body needs simple foods that give you protein plus the nutrients that help your muscles actually use it. Because muscle after 60 is not just about size. It's about balance, strength, and staying independent. So today, I'm going to show you 5 cheap foods that help support muscle better than most protein powders. Not because they're magic, but because they're practical, nutrient-rich, and easy to use every week. So let's start with number 5. Now, the first food helps solve one of the biggest problems after 60. Your muscles aren't always getting a strong enough repair signal, and that food is whole eggs. Not just egg whites, the whole egg, including the yolk. For many years, many older adults were told to avoid the yolk because of cholesterol. So they switched to egg whites and thought they were making a healthier choice. But for muscle after 60, the yolk matters. Eggs give you complete protein, but the yolk also brings nutrients your muscles use for repair, like vitamin D, choline, healthy fats, and minerals. And that matters because older adults need a stronger reason to rebuild. And this is one reason a senior can eat healthy and still feel weaker if meals are too low in protein or missing key nutrients. A simple way to use eggs is to have 2 in the morning, especially on days you walk, garden, exercise, or lift weights. You can scramble them, boil them, or eat them beside tomatoes or peppers. Nothing fancy. The real win is starting the day with muscle supporting food instead of only coffee, toast, or cereal. Because if the first half of your day has almost no protein, your muscles are already behind. And number 4 is even easier because you don't have to cook anything. Now, the next food is for the person who knows protein matters but doesn't always feel like cooking. And that food is Greek yogurt. And I know, this one looks boring, but for seniors, boring can be powerful because one of the biggest problems after 60 isn't always knowing what to eat. It's actually eating enough of it. Some people don't want a heavy breakfast. Some don't like cooking. Some get full quickly, and some end up snacking on crackers, toast, cereal, or coffee and accidentally go hours without enough protein. And Greek yogurt helps solve that problem. A good Greek yogurt can give you a meaningful amount of protein in one small bowl. It's soft, easy to eat, and doesn't require cooking, a heavy meal, or a shaker bottle. So the advantage isn't just convenience. Greek yogurt also contains dairy proteins, including casein and whey. Whey digests faster, and casein digests more slowly, so your muscles get amino acids over a longer window instead of one quick hit. And that steady supply can be useful after 60 because older muscles are more stubborn and don't always respond strongly to small, low-protein meals. And the easiest way to use Greek yogurt is with berries and cinnamon. You can also add a few walnuts, but keep it simple. And be careful with flavored versions, because some look healthy, but they're closer to dessert. So start plain and add your own fruit. Now, this next food supports your muscles during the part of the day most people completely ignore, which is overnight. And that food is cottage cheese. This is the food people forget about until they see it sitting in the back of the fridge. But for older adults, cottage cheese has one big advantage. It digests slowly. And that matters because muscle loss after 60 doesn't only happen during workouts or during the day. A lot of the repair happens at night while you sleep. So your body's resting, but your muscles are still working behind the scenes, which means that they're repairing, they're recovering, they're trying to hold on to strength. And if you go many hours overnight without enough amino acids available, that repair process may not get enough support. Cottage cheese is rich in casein, a slow digesting dairy protein, which means that it can release amino acids gradually instead of disappearing quickly. And this makes it useful before bed, especially for seniors who eat a light dinner or go long stretches without protein. And a simple option is half a cup to 1 cup of cottage cheese at night. You can add berries, cinnamon, or add a small amount of walnuts if you want texture. But don't turn it into a sugar bowl, because the goal is muscle support, not late night dessert. Also, watch the sodium, because some brands are very salty. So choose lower sodium if your doctor has told you to limit salt. And number 2 is the one many people avoid because of the smell, but it may be the most complete food on this list. Now, the next food isn't just protein. It supports the muscles, the bones, and recovery at the same time. And that food is sardines or canned salmons. And yes, I know, sardines aren't exactly the food people brag about eating. They sound like something a grandfather kept in the pantry next to the crackers, hot sauce, and a can opener that looked older than the house. But that's also why they're so underrated. Sardines and canned salmon give you complete protein, but they also bring nutrients older adults need more of. Omega-3 fats, vitamin D, B12, selenium, and calcium if you choose the kind that includes soft bones. And that matters because muscle doesn't work alone. Because your muscles rely on bones, joints, nerves, blood flow, and balance. So if the goal is staying strong after 60, you don't only want more protein. You want foods that support the whole system. Because after 60, muscle isn't just about looking stronger. It's about getting out of the chair, carrying groceries, and walking without feeling fragile. And this is where sardines and canned salmon stands out. Because the protein helps repair, the omega-3 fats support recovery, the vitamin D and calcium support the muscle and bone connection, and the best part, there's no cooking. You can mash sardines with mustard and lemon, mix canned salmon into a simple salad, put either one over toast, rice, or crackers. Also look for lower sodium versions when possible. And now we get to number 1, the least exciting food on the list, but maybe the most useful one for real life. And this final food wins for one reason most people underestimate: consistency. And that food is canned chicken breast. And I know, this sounds almost too simple. No superfood name, no secret ingredient, no fancy supplement promise, just chicken. But this food earns the top spot because it solves one of the biggest problems seniors face with muscle: friction. Most people already know protein matters. The hard part is getting enough protein consistently when cooking feels like too much, appetite is lower, or there's nothing prepared in the fridge. And that's how muscle loss sneaks in. Not from one bad meal, from weeks and months of meals that are just too low in protein. And canned chicken breast makes protein easy. Just open the can, drain it, and add it to food you already eat. So soup becomes higher protein, a salad becomes more filling, a wrap becomes a real meal, and rice or potatoes become more muscle supporting. And that's the point. You don't always need a brand new diet. Sometimes you just need to upgrade the meals already in front of you. And because chicken breast is a complete protein, it gives your muscles the essential amino acids they need for repair and maintenance. And after 60, that matters because your muscles become less sensitive to smaller protein doses. So each meal needs to do more work. And the only things to watch are sodium and texture. So choose lower sodium when possible. And if it tastes dry, mix it with Greek yogurt, avocado, olive oil, mustard, salsa, or broth. And not because it's exciting, but because it's easy to use consistently. And that's what protects muscle. So here's the bottom line. The goal isn't to eat more protein blindly. The goal is to give your body the right support consistently. Whole eggs help you start the day stronger. Greek yogurt gives you easy protein without cooking. Cottage cheese supports the overnight window. Sardines or canned salmon bring protein plus nutrients for muscle, bones, and recovery. And canned chicken breast makes almost any meal easier to upgrade. And protein powder can still have a place. But after 60, don't overlook the simple foods that help you stay strong, steady, and independent. So if this video helped you, like the video, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, which of these 5 foods do you already eat, and which one are you adding this week?